Well, welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
We have more to share with you. Typically on Fridays on KFUO Coffee Hour, we have a special segment with you called Set Apart to Serve, where we talk with church workers and those who care about church workers and care about raising up church workers in the next generation, whether they are young people or a second career. And one of the people behind all of that is the Reverend Dr. James Baneck. He's LCMS Executive Director of Pastoral Education and Set Apart to Serve. Dr. Baneck, welcome back to the Coffee Hour.
Great to be here.
It's been a little while since we've chatted, and there's a lot going on with Set Apart to Serve these days.
Yes.
All over the place, all over the districts, here at the IC, in local congregations. How has Set Apart to Serve continued to grow since we started? This was over a year ago, I think,
right.
since we've started sharing the stories.
Well, first of all, I'm really appreciative that Set Apart to Serve is on Coffee Hour every Friday. That has just been a tremendous benefit to us. Many people listening to Coffee Hour and learning more about church worker recruitment, how to become a church worker, what's going on in our institutions, and so on. One of the great things that's going on right now is just the collaboration across Synod. I can't think of one entity or group or institution that's not involved in Set Apart to Serve right now. From our seminaries to our Concordia universities, higher things, all of our districts. And speaking of districts, right now we're right in the middle of our pilot project. We have every single district plus one Lutheran camp is involved in our pilot project, and they are testing our resources right now. And we just had another check-in meeting with them yesterday, and helping us tweak the kit that we'll be putting out at the end of maybe the end of summer, early fall, and they've just been doing some tremendous work even on their own, apart from the resources that we're offering them, and we're actually going to use many of those resources that they're developing and sharing at the same time. So.
A lot happening for you right now.
Oh, there's a lot going on, yeah.
Well, it's been really fun for us to be able to share all of these stories for the Set Apart to Serve series, being able to talk to all of these church workers, right, and learn their journey into church work. I personally have really enjoyed knowing all of those people now and knowing their stories, and just having a greater appreciation for all of the church workers that serve, and also having a greater appreciation of encouraging people to consider church work, what that actually looks like on the ground when we have those relationships with people in our congregation. So for me, that's been a really cool thing for us too. What does this partnership mean for you, for Set Apart to Serve, for all of this work that you're doing, the partnership that you've been able to have with us here?
Right. So, first of all, when I listen to the Coffee Hour on Friday, I can tell that you two really enjoy this segment.
Yeah, no. We don't enjoy anything
Zero
we do.
Fun.
No. You even kind of got the giggles, I think, when my wife was on as a teacher. But
she had some fun preschool stories.
Yep.
She certainly does. What it means for me, and I think obviously what it means for the entire Synod is Scriptures definitely talk about forming, calling pastors, and then the Missouri Synod has, in love, developed these other very, very important vocations. And it's all about the continuation of the proclamation of the gospel. I remember when this first started, we had some seminary presidents, a synod president in the room, and we said, what drives us to spend our entire lives toward forming pastors and teachers and so on? And it was so that our children, our grandchildren, our neighbors, all God's people know Jesus Christ and have eternal life through Him. That one day we will all be together in heaven with Him. And that's really what drives Set Apart to Serve, is forming, recruiting these church workers on all levels, congregational level, institution level, so that the world may know Christ and Him crucified.
That's really what it's all about. And that's what we want to do here at KFUO too, is continue to proclaim that good news of Christ for you, Christ crucified for you, and that people can hear it anytime, anywhere. Certainly, it started with AM 850 here in St. Louis, and it's grown beyond that, so that now we have listeners all around the globe, and people who are hearing about Set Apart to Serve and considering whether church work might be a good fit for them or for other people in their lives, particularly when we started the conversation talking about young people and the opportunities that we have to encourage them to consider it, but also second career as well, and the opportunities to consider church work vocations as well. I want to talk a little bit about KFUO in your personal life. How is KFUO a part of supporting you in your daily vocations, not just Set Apart to Serve, but in general, how has KFUO been a support to you?
Well, just the programming is excellent, especially for me, the theological programming, law and gospel, iron sharpens iron, and those are just fantastic programs. And I'm kind of a classical music nut too, so I really do enjoy the classical music side of it as well. I would also say, just personally, with the two of you and your staff, that's affected me as well, and just knowing that,
in a good way.
Most days,
clarify that.
No, in a very, very good way. That God's people working together, whether it's KFUO, Set Apart to Serve, International Mission, whatever it is, and we're all doing this together, and then extend that out into your audience, obviously, congregational members, laity, pastors, church workers. So.
Well, we are grateful that we have the opportunity to partner with you in sharing the story of Set Apart to Serve with our listeners. And like Sarah said, it is a joy for both of us to get to meet so many people around our church body and hear their story and share that story with our listeners. So thank you for partnering with us to share these really engaging stories of church workers and what it means to be a church worker. We have more Sharathon in just a moment, but not just Sharathon, we have daily worship, chapel service that we're going to share with you in just a moment, as Dr. Baneck was talking about how the programs on KFUO support him in his daily vocation. That's what we're going to get to in just a little bit, daily chapel, to share with you in just a moment. Dr. Baneck, thanks so much for being our guest on the Coffee Hour today and spending some time with us here during Sharathon 2023.
Thank you.
We have some lovely parting gifts for you as well down the hall, so be sure to stop down the hall and pick up your parting gifts. Coming up in just a moment, Daily Chapel, a little bit more Sharathon and some updates for you in just a moment. You've been listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.